Oh. Come on, stream, you got this. Oh, I think stream is live finally. The audio quality sucks, man. But not much I could do, I guess, right now. Actually, maybe no, I shouldn't do this. Man, what on earth happened? I I don't know. I'll get to one of these fan here. I'll be wearing a paper bag over face next game. I don't blame you. I'm a North American fan, not a Hundred Thieves fan, but I'm also going to be doing that. So yeah. Oh, I know what I'm doing wrong. There we go. No, no, it's not any better. Oh well. Yeah, I think starting with the Hundred Thieves games is probably makes more sense. Game one, kind of what you expected. Games two and three, like, oh man, there's in the top lane. I mean, he was just getting the Renekton treatment. He was just getting the Summit treatment. I Summit completely took over top lane, like gapping him every single game. I mean, Sniper's a beginner, like a rookie. So it's not surprising that when he goes against someone like that. Oh, you know what Sniper said? He said he would retire if he loses to LLA. Oh, I gotta tweet that out when I'm done. Yeah, I think Sniper's retiring, by the way. Not for real, but it's just crazy what happened. I'm still confused. I'm still dazzled. I'm still like trying to figure out why we looked so poor. I just uploaded, actually funny. I just uploaded the scrum with Ayla, and for some reason, like I don't know, I feel like they cut us short. I feel like it was only 5 minutes instead of 10 minutes, but maybe there just weren't enough questions, and that's why she was like ending it early. I'm not entirely sure. I wasn't like I said, I was having tech issues and whatnot, but it was just ridiculous what happened to Hundred Thieves. Help Cloud, my heart is broken. You and I too. We're so bad. We are, dude. We're not this bad. Hundred Thieves play. They play the Hawks, the LJL team. If they play GAM, no, they're not playing GAM. They're playing the team that lost to GAM. Not tomorrow, but the day after. We're so bad. I don't understand how Hundred actively played differently than how they were playing, and that's how they even beat Cloud9. And then they come here and they look so bad. Like River on Jarvan Viego was trying his best. His Wukong wasn't the greatest, surprisingly, even though I think he's a good Wukong, but he was just so frustrated, like make mistakes that the reason they were able to make it there was because that they weren't making these mistakes and Cloud9 were making these mistakes. They were just grouping mid and dying. And they did the same thing, and you could see it from like a mile across the sniper. Man, oh my god. Game three, right? He's pushing. They get Baron somehow by a miracle of God. It's like, okay, thank goodness we're not gonna lose. What does he do? He goes up to push top lane. As soon as LeBlanc shows up, he starts walking down so that the minions aren't bared, so that LeBlanc wave clear somehow. Anyways, whatever. He's not good at side laning. He starts coming down, and you know, like the new area, the new gap between the mid tower on blue side and like the river. He goes there. You can't walk that way without getting tower shot, and then he just gets one shot, and they lose the game off that. And it's just like, who? Why? They seem so nervous. So I asked Ayla because that's the first thing my head went to. It's like, okay, they must be so nervous. Like Quid had two stinkers of games, like his Vex game was did he end a 0-9? Like, come on, that's not a Quid performance. That's like 2023 Quid, right when he was still nervous and like didn't wasn't MVP Quid. And I asked him, he was like, at least me and River, we felt kind of fine. I don't know about the other three. I wasn't really paying attention, but I didn't feel nervous at all. And like you could kind of see it from Ayla's play, but Tomo and Quid just played so poorly. They overlooked these guys and got stomped, much like traditional sports. Funny enough, that's why I thought that Mad Lions would lose to Viking because I'm like, oh, they're gonna overlook Viking and then they're gonna lose. But the thing is, here's the thing: they have scrimmed R7. 100 Thieves has scrimmed R7 multiple times and like completely destroy them, and then on stage they just die. I didn't expect much for 100 Team, but Jesus, it's likely they don't make Swiss now. They'd have to completely play differently. They would have to play like they played against Cloud9. Here's the thing: can they beat the Hawks? Yeah, I think they can. The way they're playing right now, absolutely not. Oh my god, I'm shaking my phone a lot. The way they're playing now, they can beat the Hawks. If we see LCS like playoffs, 100 Thieves, I think they can beat the Hawks. I think they can beat Mad Lions or PSG. No, not PSG. Maybe Mad Lions. It'll be hard. It'll be difficult. I think they can still do it, but if they play the way they showed up, if Quid decides to like not show up in game 2 and 3 again, I don't know what to expect from this team. It's going to be embarrassment. This is the first year we don't make it out of play-ins in MSI, and it's going to be the first year if we don't make it out of play-ins at Worlds. Like we've been trying to fight the narrative that we're like the worst, that we're not even a major region. Like I think there are four major regions, right? You can argue we're the worst or EU is the worst, but at the end of the day, we're a major region because we're way better. Before this year, we had a way better record against all the other regions. And this year, like, I mean, last year we lost a game as well. Team Liquid didn't do us any favors. Yeah, it's. I actually decided not to stay for the R7. Their jungler was doing the scrum, the interview, and I was like, no. Yeah, I think that their play was very strange. I know where you live. Thank you. I know where I live too. Get ready. Um, how do I get rid of that? There we go. Appropriate. The last year LCS, we got. Well, okay, we knew that Team Liquid and Plycos were just like a complete level above 100 Thieves, but I didn't expect 100 Thieves. I had R7 as the worst LLA team. They live and die by can Summit completely and entirely gap the other team? If yes, then he wins. If no, then no. And more often than not, I guess they won this split. Last split, they were pretty close as well. So it's just it's disappointing. And as much as I want to like hate on the players, I really do think a lot of it comes down to nerves. I think maybe meta, like you could argue that you shouldn't have picked up the Vex. Maybe like you shouldn't play Lucian Nami because that's really not. I will dominate was saying it the best. If you speak English, don't play Lucian Nami, right? If you speak Mandarin, if you speak Korean, if you speak Spanish, you can play Lucianami. But if you speak English, Tomo was not it on Lucianami, or Lucian, he was not it on Jinx. I was getting very frustrated just watching him just like auto the clone over and over instead of autoing like Wukong. And then like ulting to Narnia multiple times, not getting autos off and like missing his track, like not flashing. On the last team fight of game two, okay, first of all, he kept not being able to flash Nocturne and Ori combo, which apparently you can flash. I didn't know that you could flash it, so I was like, why is he wasting his flash? But apparently you can actually flash it. He failed every single time, bought a stopwatch, didn't use it, died without flashing, without stopwatch, without dashing, nothing. Didn't do anything. He had barrier two, like just completely got one shot. Last game, he just saves his flash on Jinx, doesn't like this is not the Tomo that we saw in LCS, and I can only attribute that to nerves or sickness, but I don't think he's sick. Same thing for Quid. Where's our MVP from last split, man? This is this is not MVP level cal like play. He went 0-9. And even his laning, game one, he laned very, very well. And I think when things got a little bit difficult, he just crumbled. He crumbled under pressure. And I didn't expect that from him. I feel so bad for River. Yeah, I can't say that. But yeah, I thought R7 would be the worst. Yeah, me too. Me too, Taylor Christian. I thought they would be the worst team in play-ins. I think maybe they overlooked them a little bit too, just because they had beat them in scrims previously, and they felt like they were a much better team. And Sniper like, oh, I will retire if we lose to R7, which I am going to post on Twitter as soon as I'm done live streaming. I thought Quid would be the deciding factor in game three. was a big gap. Yeah. I, again, I don't understand how he played so poorly when we haven't seen him play so poorly in over a year. Like, he's been in pressure situations, he's been in playoffs, he played on stage at finals at the YouTube theater, and like he wasn't so bad. Like he wasn't like MVP level. He wasn't making plays that was saving the game and things like that. But he was playing the Yasuo. Maybe a champ pool, I guess, could be an argument. But I don't know. Maybe just he's really bad Vex player. I don't know. He was missing like point blank skill shots. LeBlanc had no idea Vex was there. Dashes uses her W over the wall, and Vex just missed half her skill shots. I think she got her W off, but missed her Q and E. Like, how do you do that? I don't know. I think Sniper towards the end had some very good team fights on K'Sante, and he also had that int moment where I'm just like it's drilled in my brain. But even just from play, their map play was so poor. Like their map play was extremely poor. They were like dropping minion waves everywhere. They were not setting up team fights properly. They weren't like previously they were so well coordinated. They would all do things together. And it felt like they were separated. They weren't doing things together. River was flashing on Wukong, like W flash, Q, R, when no one's in range to do anything. It just felt like they were not connected. And I feel like the reason they beat Cloud9 was the fact that they were connected. On a team, Macro seems similar to I heard five voices. What? Oh, Macro looked similar to minor regions. No, it looked worse. It looked like R7 had better macro than 100 Thieves. It got to the point I was listening to Dom's co-stream, and he was saying that, and I agree with this by the way. It looked like 100 Thieves were playing against a Korean team because that's how North America looks when you play against like Korean teams. Drafts were bad today too, so I agree, Taylor, that some of our drafts were bad. Terrible meta read, but even then, they had leads in the games. They were in positions to win with bad drafts, with the tools to win, and they still couldn't. So like maybe a better draft helps, but that's just a symptom, in my opinion. When you play so poorly, when K'Sante walks into tower for fun when there are five people there instead of pushing with Baron, which he was doing like 30 seconds ago, and completely insta the game, like I don't think draft matters there. That's just like a decision mistake. No one knows meta until Korean team plays MGL. Yeah, I asked. I think I asked Merwin. No, maybe it was Shogun about the meta, and he was like, "Yeah, like we have no idea." I think it was Merwin. He was like, "Yeah, we haven't scrimmed any of the Asian teams. Like we haven't scrimmed any Eastern teams. So like we don't really know what the meta is. People are still trying to figure it out." I think I asked Shogun as well, and he was like, "We were actually kind of surprised um at what Mad Lions played. We thought we had an idea of what the meta was. And turns out it wasn't. We saw freaking Shyvana today. We saw Aurora. I mean, people have been banning Aurora, but still, we saw Aurora, even though, like, I thought she was dead. At least in solo queue, she seemed kind of dead. So, yeah, I don't know. The meta should be really good for Quid. I mean, you have. He had a really good Hue game, so I'm not going to say he's not in his wheelbarrow. I know they're always banning Yone, but Yasuo is something that he plays. He's a very good Akali player, and like I don't know, there were definitely champions that he could have played besides Vex. That and I don't think Vex was the only champion you could play there. Lucian Nami was. I mean, I'm down for Jinx, especially like Jinx Nautilus is not bad. Just Tomo piloted it so poorly, like so poorly. So I don't know. Tomo just needs to play Jhin. Just keep him on the Jhin duty. Put him on Ezreal. Put him on Kai'Sa. If they don't ban it, if they ban it, just like Jhin. Because if you can't play these champions, then why are you playing them? Especially when like we were saying in GL, no one knows what the meta is right now. So just play the things you're good at because it's gonna give you a better shot. I got 0 out of 2 for my predictions today. That's crazy. Because I really thought that the LGL team was gonna win. Because I was like, they play these wombo combo team comps. They they had like tougher competition in my opinion, playing against like the PCS and whatnot, and they just looked a little bit more cohesive, and they lost 2-0. And then so I was wrong there, and then I just yesterday I said there's 100% chance there's 0% chance that R7 win, and then they won today. So I'm 1 for 4 so far in my predictions. this is this is something else. I don't even know, man. I don't even remember what happened that first game. Like I'm so out of it that I actually don't remember what happened between. Oh yeah, was it the Shyvana game? Yeah, they opened Shyvana because they didn't realize that VCS just have to ban Shyvana against Levy or against Gam in general. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I I think the question is, do we make it out? Right? That's like the question that you have to ask. And the other question is it worth it to go and lose in play-ins just as a development? If you're a player and you go to play-ins from NA or EU and you lose, does that make you a better player? One, you're not getting scrims versus Asian teams, so you're only really scrimming like the opposite side of the bracket. So you might maybe you're scrimming like Maple's team, PCS, PSG. You're scrimming Mad Lions, but you're not scrimming like a Genji. You're not even scrimming like a Damwon Kia. You're not scrimming T1. You're not scrimming. You're not getting that international experience playing for 100 versus MDK. Dirty Neptune. I don't know that I want to see that. First of all, I don't even think we can beat the Hawks if we play the same way we play today. Um, if we like regain confidence and play fine, I think it'll be a 2-0. But I don't know that we can beat Mad Lions this way because Mad Lions were playing and they're like, oh, we were super nervous. It's Mad Lions home field. Like I would love to beat them. I just don't know that we can. Not after what we showed today. Losing in planes can't be good, to be honest. Probably hurt the confidence. Exactly. So like, if you're like Quid and you have this experience, Quid and Sniper, and you go to planes and you completely like crap the bed, does that make you a better player going into 2025? Did you get experience and level up? I don't. I don't think so. Right? I think maybe if you make it to the to Swiss and like just get destroyed, you're like, okay, at least I knew that this was going to happen. That was the expectation. I was playing against teams I never even dreamed of like beating. But R7, especially like I'm going to go back to this. Sniper saying I will retire if I lose to R7, and then he tweeted it and deleted it, and then I was like, oh, I'm doing it for APA, a little bit softer version, and then he lost. Yeah, he got gapped by Summit. He did not have a good day against Summit. This was 100 T's plan to win Worlds. Hold faith, sure, Jose. Yeah, okay. I mean, okay, let's be for real here, guys. Do you actually think that 100 Thieves look good enough to beat MDK? Assuming MDK loses to PSG and 100 Thieves beat SHG. Do you actually think 100 Thieves, the way they played today, and the way Matt played yesterday, you actually think 100 Thieves would win? I think they lose 2-0. No? No, I know 100 Thieves can play better, and I'm hoping that they do play better. Definitely not, yeah. I don't know, man. This is scary. I know people wanted 100 and not to play, but if you're a 100 Thieves fan, if you're an NA fan, you don't want to see that. Like, I guess you do either way. Because what's the alternative? 100 lose to Hawks? PSG and GAM look the best of all the playing teams. I wouldn't want to see them or Mad at this point. Yeah. MDK showed decent macro. I don't know about that. I felt like they tried to play like 1-3-1 and got collapsed on and almost lost the game, like game one. I think their macro is a dud, in my opinion. If they can beat LJL, they'll be in better form. Yeah, that's a good point. I guess if okay, 100 Thieves form coming into play-ins before we saw them play, and Mad form coming into play-ins before we saw them play. Who do we actually think is going to win? Ooh, that hurt. Game 2 is decent, also better than 100 TR7, meeting mid at 20 and just fine. That's true, that's true. But again, when you have like a 6k gold lead at 10 minutes or some stupid thing, like you just kill them in their jungle over and over and over again, like it makes the game a little bit easier to play, right? Some stuff is happening, but I don't know what is going on. And I heard interesting. Oh, that's why things were so late. Okay, I was wondering what happened. Okay, yeah, I was just getting updated on like the interview stuff because like I got my interview like an hour maybe after the games ended, which is very strange. Maybe it'll be like when they lost to Team Liquid. They took huge lessons and level up, but they only have 2 days. Yeah, they play not tomorrow, but the day after, so they don't really have that much time. I'm glad. Because Mad Lions play PSG, GAM play R7 tomorrow, and then tomorrow's Friday. So Saturday is the Viking play Pain Gaming, and then 100 play SHG. And then if they win, they have to play Sunday against the loser of Mad Lion PSG. TL has huge veterans and impact in Core JJ though. Um, uh, uh, what what do you mean by that? No, he's saying when 100 Thieves lost to Team Liquid in spring playoffs, I'm assuming is what he means, right? Or sorry, summer playoffs, so the upper bracket, and then they like learned and kind of leveled up a little bit. I'm assuming that's what he means. Um, Not that Team Liquid when Team Liquid lost to TES. I think Sniper can learn a thing or two from Summit. He can learn a lot from Summit. Um, it was quite surprising because like Summit didn't int top lane. Normally, like Summit's laning is phenomenal, but he does not respect jungle. He was quite respectful. Like even when River was playing Jarvan, there weren't that many opportunities to like he always kept the wave frozen on his side, and then when he would push, he would go for the dive. He didn't overextend and try to like get the kill when the counter gank happens. Like it's not the same Summit that we saw on Team Liquid and C9. Yeah, Summit showed a lot of growth, respect. Yeah, honestly, it's kind of sad to say, but I think Summit got his revenge on NA, not the other way around. Like I understand, like the rest of R7 did play well. Like Audi played well. I think they overall overperformed for their play, but Summit like kind of hard carried, especially like getting huge leads on Renekton, and even when he was like 100% dead, 100% dead, he was like ulting and then able to kill the Lucian, and then still ended up dying, but he was able to trade 1-for-1 multiple times. He was able to get out of like sticky situations. He was always putting a lot of threat. I remember that top lane fight where River just like absolutely hard carried. He almost killed the Jinx. He was like doing a mainly R7 mid top. Yeah, I mean they're Koreans. Just thought they were in Korea and started playing better. I don't know. Um, Yeah, Seo wasn't exactly like popping off. He had a few mispositions. I think his Ezreal game, like when he just like walked forward and died to Cassante, like yeah, I can see that. I think their support just wasn't it. Yeah, their support didn't play well. So I guess you're right. It's like their top trio in general played quite well, like better than I expected. Summit, you know that he has that limit, and it's cool to see that he just like put a clamp. He was like, not gonna play angry, not gonna play with rage. I'm going to actually just like completely and entirely dominate you. And that begs the question, like, why didn't we see Jax? Why is he playing Cassante? Like, why is Sniper playing Cassante? Why didn't we see like Camille? Why don't we see the Riven? They hovered it. Like, they're Koreans greater than us. Dude, River? I mean, I think River may have been the best player. Okay, maybe Summit was the best player in the series, but River was definitely the best player on 100. Quid, yeah. Okay, their Korean mid laner was better than our Korean mid laner. That's for sure. It's like when you say like, oh, I want Koreans, and your mom's like, oh, we have Koreans at home, and then you see like a 0.9 quid. Yeah, that's not it. Overall, I think North America is justified in being disappointed. Actually, it's funny. As soon as that happened, as soon as we lost, I was like, man, I wish we had the blame game, because I wish we had Mark Z just like on video being like just flaming every single one of the players, or maybe not flaming all the players, but like validating a lot of North America's like grievances with what happened. True blame game would be so far, yeah. Because like maybe I should start a blame game myself. I can't now, but like when I'm off back from vacation, maybe I do my own version of blame game. But or I could find someone to do it. Someone who maybe a little bit more articulate than I am. I don't know, but maybe we should revive blame. Maybe that's the conclusion from all of this. The conclusion from all of this is like we might not suck as a region, we might have bad showings, but in the end, we need blame game to hold people accountable. And hopefully, this blame game actually blames people and not absolves everybody from blame. Are you still in Brazil? I am. Yes. Because the blame game would often not blame anyone and be like, no, the blame is not justified. It's like, okay, so who's to blame? That was one of like my gripes with that. Um, but yeah, it is what it is. I have faith in other teams. Oh yeah, I think Fly and TL are like a completely different level. Like, dude, you would not see the paliasat like the the absolute inting and yeah, I could never see them playing so poorly, like dropping their side lanes and just not team fighting well. Just 1v like 5v5ing ARAM mid. You would not see that happen with our top two teams. Hopefully, I think every team so far has looked weaker than what I expected them to, except for actually not every team. I think the first seeds. PSG looked weaker than I thought. Mad Lions looked weaker than I thought. Vikings looked weaker than I thought. 100 looked a lot weaker than I thought. SHG looked weaker than I thought. I guess Ping Gaming, especially their game one, looked way better than I thought. R7 looked better than I thought. And what's it called? GAM looked about what I thought. They're about as good as I thought, to be honest. They're pretty good. I'm traveling to London. Nice for the finals. Were you able to get a ticket, Chang? GC Chang? Or I don't know that you'll see Team Liquid. I'll be honest. In conclusion, playing teams are cooked to Swiss. Yeah, yeah. And I thought PSG could do something if they went to Swiss, but the way they showed up, I don't even think PSG could do anything. Yeah, I don't know that Team Liquid is making World Finals. If they do, amazing. I'm really happy for you, Chang. But I think maybe expect BLG and Genji. I think those are the more realistic ones to be there. Maybe Team Liquid is a dark horse. Um, Team Liquid stands for to London. I love that. I'm gonna tweet that out when they start playing. No, not yet. I will try again on 10-4. Oh, okay, you didn't get any of the tickets. Yeah, do this. Halma Life. Oh, or Halma Life, yeah. I would love to see Viper get another world championship. I'd love to see Doran. I'd love to see Peanut. Sorry, not Doran. I'd love to see Peanut finally get his world championship. He would have won everything, right? He would have won LCK, MSI, and Worlds. I think that's the only one he hasn't done. Dude, Viper. Oh, he didn't win MSI. Viper has won Worlds, LPL, and LCK. Now he just needs to win an MSI. Maybe next year. We'll see. If Zeka wins, he's 100% win rate at winning Worlds. Yeah, if he makes it, he just wins. But doesn't he need to be 4th seed for that to happen? If he does it from the 1st seed, he would have done it from 1st and 4th seed. I don't think there's a single team that's ever. I mean, he's the only team that's ever won from 4th seed, so I guess it's not that crazy of a statistic. But I did want to make my predictions for tomorrow's games, which would be somewhere here. Where are they? List of tomorrow's games. Tomorrow. Okay. Tomorrow, Mad Lions versus PSG. PSG 2-1 is my prediction. I think PSG underperformed, and I think that just when they're playing well, they also had a weird meta read. Like they were picking Tristana, where I don't necessarily think I don't know. I just felt like they were playing the older meta and not the meta that. Who even knows what the meta is? I don't know. I think PSG just have better players. I think Maple is much better than Fristawi. Oh my god, the guy is destroying the universe. I think Junji is just an amazing. Do you know why Riot chose to feature Master in the Worlds video? I actually have no idea. I have no idea. What games are what time? Still waiting for LoL Esports to update. It's going to be the same time if I'm not mistaken. So I think it starts 8 p.m. 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah. So at least in the LoL Esports website here, it's already updated. Oh, it's updating again. Okay. So at LoL Esports, it says tomorrow 9 a.m. Brazil, like so 8 a.m. Eastern, U.S. Standard Time. Mad Lions plays PSG, and then at noon, GAM plays R7. And the winner of these series of today, whoever wins today, tomorrow, makes it out. So we'll find out 2 teams that go to Swiss. R7 have a shot at making it to Swiss stage. Isn't that insane? I don't think they will. I think it's going to be GAM PSG. That's my prediction for tomorrow. But the fact that R7 have 2 lives and are 1 win away, like they just have to win one more best of 3, and they do it. But yeah, those are my predictions. I think Mad Lions will lose 2-1. I think GAM will 2-0 R7. I think if R7 play the same way they played today, I mean, yeah, they're gonna get 2-0'd. If R7 make it, I need to see Whippo or Impact get revenge. I don't know about Whippo, to be honest. I guess he did play against them, but didn't Whippo 3-0? Yeah, Whippo 3-0'd. Was it Whippo? Am I crazy? Wait, 2022 LCS Spring. I think Team Liquid 2-0 them, didn't they? In spring playoffs? Because they lost 3-0 to EG in the lower bracket, but then in the spring playoffs, oops, okay. Spring playoffs. In the upper bracket, who did they lose to? Was it 100 Thieves? Did they lose 3-0 to? No. 100 Thieves beat Team Liquid. What? What is this? This is 2020. I said 2022, my friend. I'm pretty sure Bwipo has a winning record against Summit. Like, he beat him. Alright, spring playoffs, 2022. Oh, it was 100 Thieves, yeah. So 100 Thieves 3-0'd C9. So I guess they didn't necessarily meet in playoffs yet. Team Liquid and or Bwipo and Summit, but I don't necessarily think Summit has any beef with Bwipo, but definitely Impact. Impact did say he wanted to, or not Impact, APA, and even what's his name? Umti was like, I would like to play against the previous top laner of the APA. So yeah, if R7 make it, Bwipo, R7 could do it. I mean, they could. They could surprise us. No rematches and plans, right? The bracket flips for elimination. Yes. TL versus R7 and Swiss would be so hype. It would be. It would be a free win for us. Just revenge for LCS. Yeah, especially if 100 Thieves. Yeah, I think that's true. So yeah, the bracket flips. So the loser of Mad Lions and PSG, I'm assuming it's going to be Mad Lions, is going to play the winner of 100 Thieves versus the Hawks. So as long as 100 Thieves can beat the Hawks, we will play one of Mad Lions and PSG. So we're not going to end up rematching. And then the winner of Pain versus Viking is going to play the loser of R7, likely R7, or GAM. So we could see R7 versus Pain Gaming. That's the most likely matchup. That honestly, I'm down for that. I'm down for R7 to like the LATAM teams just killing each other. I think the viewership on that would be amazing. I'm actually quite curious about viewership for today, just because yesterday the viewership was really high. I think we hit like over 1 million. Pain slaps R7 around probably, but Pain Gaming, if you've watched any other games, their Barons are like a detriment. Anytime they go for Baron, it's just a heart attack for everyone involved. For the enemy team, for your team, for Pain, for everybody. So if they throw a couple Barons, I can see them losing a best of 3. I think okay, I'll put it this way. If Pain Gaming play like they played in game 1 against PSG, there's no way they lose to anyone else, in my opinion. But if they play like Pain Gaming from CBLOL, I think they're favored against R7, but they could also lose to R7. Yeah, I think it's kind of scary, but I think this is the best case scenario for Pain, because if they do win their first matchup, their second matchup is like not going to be as hard as it could be. I guess there's a world where R7 wins, Pain Gaming has to play VCS second seed, and then play VCS first seed. That Baron game 1 from Pain, oh my god, dude, I swear, Carioca was like 1 HP from dying, and he couldn't smite because Baron was at 1600 HP, and it was just like, they don't even have a smite and we're going to lose Baron. How is this humanly possible? But they got it, so no reason to have a heart attack. But they definitely are trying. They're definitely trying to give heart attacks to us. Carrico smite us to Juani. No, Carioca was Sejuani that game, and then he hit. They had killed the enemy jungler, and then they had smite, but no one was hitting Baron, and he was like losing HP constantly, and he was like super low, like 5% HP. Oh yeah, he smited Skarner maybe. Oh yeah, he had no smite. You're right. He smited Skarner, so he didn't even have smite. So he was waiting for his smite, and he was like 1 HP, and he had no smite. And yeah, it was a heart attack. It was a heart attack for sure. I'm looking at. Actually, can I flip the camera around? I can. Look. Will 100T actually win tomorrow? Rip Summit 100 win. Summit Gap R7 win. Literally 84%. Oh my god. This is dude. This is gonna live on rent free. Especially okay. If we just end up winning 2 games in a row and like whatever, and we make it to plans, no one's gonna say anything. Especially if we beat Matt Lyons. People are like, "Oh, it's just a plan to beat Matt Lyons." But if we lose and we don't make it out, everyone's gonna remember today. Today's gonna be the worst day of our lives. Especially next year when we have an LLA team, maybe R7, in playing in LCS. Yeah, under T pull off episode after episode, beat C9, lose to us. Why, man? Why? Why do you do this to us, man? Uh, anyways, I think at the very least this is gonna increase viewership for everyone. And I am kind of curious to see what esports charts say about the viewership because I think it's gonna be higher than. I don't think it'll be as high as yesterday, like 1.2 million, but it should be high. Anyways, that's it for hot takes. My hot take is that 100 Thieves are not gonna make are still gonna make it. I think it's unlikely that they make it, but my hot take is they will beat Mad Lions, and that it'll happen, and that Pain will make it as well. So we'll see. Um, Dang. Now that I think about it, we can't have Pain game, Mad, PSG, and 100 Thieves in Swiss. One of them has to lose. Two of them could lose, and one of them has to make it, and one of them has to not make it. Dang. That is scary. But anyways, that's all I had for today. I will see you guys tomorrow after the games. Like always, I'll be doing this every single day. Um, and yeah, I have the Ayla scrum already up, and then I'll have 2 more interviews today. And then tomorrow, I don't actually think I have. Let me look. Tomorrow, do I have any interviews for tomorrow? Who? Okay, where am I? Okay, so far I have no interviews, but then there are still teams that have yet to like accept interview requests. So I have 2 interview requests that I'm still waiting to see if I'm going to get someone from them. Um, so I might have interviews. If I don't, I will have all the scrums on my channel. I'm trying to do 3 videos a day so I don't like overflow, especially in planes, because I feel like not everybody cares about these teams. If it was like Swiss, I would probably put every single interview, but right now I don't think people care. But I'll forgive Quid for his 0-9 game. If they smurfs on MDK, I will too. All right, anyways, bye guys.